Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pelek. If you're here for the first time, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about disappointments and why and how God allows disappointments to happen in our lives. As we all know, disappointment is part of life. Early on, we do anticipate things and experience circumstances in our lives that do not go as we wish them to go to. So they end up being disappointment. It happens also when we desire certain things and the results are different from what we desired. So disappointment is actually different from regret. Regret is mostly related to the poor choices that we make in life that then lead to consequences that we do not like. So disappointment is felt when relationships end, when job applications are rejected, sometimes when disease and sickness continue to persist in our bodies. I remember praying so hard when my father was sick in 2009 and wholeheartedly believing that he will actually make it, but God had other plans and he passed away after a long illness. So when we are disappointed, our normal reaction is then try to figure out how do we deal with this disappointment. We have to learn to accept that some things in life don't go as we wish them to, and we have a responsibility towards children and also towards the younger generations to prepare them and to help them understand that things happen in life. And regardless of whatever happens, we have to keep trying. We have to seek God's will in everything that we do, believing in God's plan, that He has plans to prosper you. This can radically change our mindset and our view of disappointments itself. Instead of fixating on what did not go our way, we can look with expectation towards what God is going to do next. The Bible shows God sometimes allows disappointments in our lives in order to direct us where He wants us to go. This isn't the meaning behind every situation. Sometimes we do make bad choices which results in bad outcomes, but we often forget an additional element regarding sorrow. God will allow, if not orchestrate, the ending of good things because He has other plans for our lives. So to us, the ending might seem random. They might feel unfair. It might appear like a random outcome, but in reality, they are divine moments in which God allows us to endure momentary suffering, to teach us, to direct us, to empower us, to accomplish what He desires for us. In the words of Jesus, He prunes us, just as a gardener trims plants and bushes in order to direct their growth in the way the gardener desires. God will impede growth in one direction so that we can experience it in another. To us, it's painful. To God, it's purposeful. I'm not saying that we should ignore pain and grief. No, I'm encouraging you to find the purpose of pain and embrace it. Be hopeful even amidst disappointments. We need to constantly remind ourselves and understand that God's kingdom operates differently than earthly kingdoms. So each rejection, every heartache, all the opportunities that you might have missed, consider them as an investment. Consider them like seeds that have been sown that will have their time to bring forth fruit. The fruit may be as simple as actually spending more time with God, spending more time with Jesus while you go through your healing process. Perhaps to you it might be becoming more tender-hearted and being able to comfort others who have experienced loss or have experienced what you've gone through. Or maybe it's all about having a thicker skin that will help you take on what life has in store for you. Sometimes we have good and well-purposed dreams and desires that might not come into fruition, as I said, because God has different plans for us. We will experience some fulfilling and excitement seasons in our lives, and that is expected. And then these seasons may suddenly come to an end or may slowly come to an end because God's desire for us is to move to the next season. The next season may not be very obvious to us, but God's ways and thoughts are different from ours. When these disappointments happen, embrace it, knowing that there is something greater ahead for you. Psalms 18:3 says that, "In my distress I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From His temple He heard my voice. My cry came before Him into His ears." So in the midst of disappointment, know that God is listening and hears your cries. He's a comforter. He will comfort you and He will always hear you. Whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're heartbroken or you're disappointed. I've come to the end of the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are notified whenever I upload new content. Until next time, be blessed.